So here's your basic operation. Once you know the measurement you want to cut, you just punch it in, hit start. The SawGear will automatically move to that. Now the SawGear reads in decimal and in fractions, and you can punch them in either way. So if we have 15.5, you can do 15.5. Or if you had 25.5, you could do 25 inches and then 1/2. The SawGear also lets you cut in metric. Now if you want to use the SawGear to cut any kind of angles, you can punch in your outside measurement, set your angle, and cut it. One of the great features about the SawGear is it has a miter calculator. Once you know the inside dimension of your inside miter that you want to cut, the SawGear will actually calculate what that outside dimension will be. Now the first step is you want to set the width of your material. Now on this 2x4, the actual width is 3.5 inches. So we're going to push width, set it to 3.5. And let's say our inside dimension is actually 14 inches. So we're going to push this key right here, set it to 14 inches. And the SawGear is actually going to move to 17.5, which is our outside dimension. And once you have that all set up, you can put it on and cut it. Another feature of the SawGear is the list function. If you have a series of cuts that you need to cut on a list, you can actually program it in and save it and recall it to use later. So you're going to want to push the list key, and you want to select the list number you want to store your cuts on. So we'll start out with number 1, hit start. Now your first measurement, let's say we want it to be 12 inches. Punch in 12, hit start, and you can store up to 10 different measurements per list that you use. Now once you have your list programmed in, push the start key, and it'll queue up your first measurement. Now in between each cut, simply push start, and it'll replay your list that you programmed in earlier.